Fuck.
What? What? It just opened with fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
Start out with a dirty word. All right. You
Oh,
know what
I mean,
that means.
I'm setting the precedent of what is going to happen. You gotta hook them in the first couple of seconds, Tony. But
That's right.
put a fucking hook right at the fucking beginning.
Well, that can only mean one thing, that if you're watching this, you have reached this is the future.
Unfucking fortunately.
It's true. I mean, it is true. Things are pretty frustrating out there. Um, how you been, man?
Oh, just fan fucking tastic. Um, I'm
I know
pretty
you
good.
just took a shit a few minutes ago. Is that why you feel so sprightly?
Yeah, I think so. I've had the correct amount of cups of coffee, which is about six, and
Ah,
was walking upstairs to come record with you, and then it's got to happen. So here we are with that. Um,
how many steps before you had to take a shit?
how many steps?
You said you were
Oh,
walking upstairs and it hit you.
oh, I was all the way up here.
Hmm.
Uh,
That's you got to work on your digestive tract. Just take 1 to 3 steps up the stairs before you have to take a shit. If you're
I'm,
going all the way to the top, talk to your doctor.
I got a bunch of coffee, so I'm working on it.
All right. That's a cool mug, man. Half clay, half tile.
Yeah, um I don't like touching the clay part. It makes me feel weird.
Yeah, I don't want to touch it from here. I can feel the texture.
Yeah, it's like
It's
I
not
don't know.
done.
Yeah, exactly. It's not done. It
Did they
needs
run out of did they run out of tile?
they ran out of something. I don't know what
They
it
ran
is.
out of money.
Oh,
Hey, here's something. I was going to use this as our topic, but we already have one. This fits, so I'm going to put it right here. So, I don't know if that cup just could be cool. Maybe they're not running out of money, but I couldn't help but notice that with the as some of you may know, I have a kitty cat, and I buy the canned cat food when I spoil the little bitch.
mhm.
And I've noticed that they've cut down on the meat in there. I used to get about 3 meals out of a can. Now I can only get 2, and they've been having an issue ever since the pandemic. I guess basically, I don't know what they're feeding them, but they're running out of it. So
Right.
they instead of saying this is what I love about marketing and advertising, instead of saying, "Hey, you know what? We're just going to reduce the cost because we're running out of meat." Instead, they kept the cost the same. Nay, they raised the cost and instead say, "Now with extra gravy." Get the fuck. I can't take it anymore. The corporate horse shit is just piling on top of me. Ugh, I can feel the hay and the grain and the horse shit. Oh, God. Blow it out your nose. Whatever you're chopping up to feed my cat, chop up more. Okay? Things are tough. Fuck you. How about that? Fuck your gravy. I'll give you
Yeah,
some.
or just make it cheaper, right?
They can't do that. They'd have to
Yeah,
lay off some prick and he'd have to cancel his Range Rover payments. We can't do that. The fuck out. Feed them other cats. Cats die every day.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I used to work with a guy that would take a bunch of cooked chicken and feed it to the pigeons.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that was
still,
fun.
I wonder if whatever like shitty cuts of meat they were using to make this cat food, if since the economy's gone kaput, if they're actually feeding us those shitty cuts of meat, and now they're running out of things to feed the animals. I
Well,
think
yeah, that's the thing is, like we should be thankful that your cat food doesn't have enough, as much meat as it did because we got to eat, Tony.
yeah, I'm telling you, we got to eat that horse shit. And that's exactly what it is. I
Just
just stop. Just stop with your bullshit advertising. I know it's hard for you to go home at night. I know whoever came up with that, whoever had to put that on the cans, like, fuck my life. This is so stupid. I mean, I have a job and I do that every day I work it, and I do it when I don't work it. But I don't have to do that. I mean, that's horrible. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like extra gravy. Bullshit. It's watered down gravy. I tasted it. It's not the same as before. You're
oh,
fucking
you taste the. Do you eat your pet's food too? Because I do that.
fuck yeah. Dude, life is tough, times are hard. I'm eating.
No, see, I'm being serious. Like anything that I buy Emma,
Oh,
I try it once just to see.
I was fucking kidding.
No, I'm not.
But
And
I
most of
I
it's
actually
okay.
hear
Like we give her like dried sweet potato and dried mango treats.
That's cool, right?
That's fine. But like I've tasted some bad shit, man. I'll tell you what. I don't know why she gets so excited. That's awful.
I
She's
think
got
I've mentioned this before, but it's really, I mean, it's not the first time I've heard of people eating pet food. I told you that mountain climbers we're eating cat food. So, but I mean, they look so strong. It's like, hey, it's all protein. It's great.
yeah. Well, I mainly do it just to freak out Callie and her sister. It's a lot of fun for me.
I mean,
Um,
I'm freaked out, but I don't live with you. So do whatever the fuck you want.
the whole time we were living together, I was eating
Shut up.
dog.
No,
I
you weren't.
was.
You can have a dog.
I know. I was preparing. I
He
was
actually
preparing.
was. I was eating cereal. He was eating kibbles.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Whatever's on sale, right?
Everyone likes what they like, and like, and that's okay.
Do they put any sugar in it? Because that's why we like food.
I put sugar on it.
On it, not in it, on it. All
No,
right.
like when you're a kid and you like put sugar on sugar cereal. It's like that.
I figure dog food or animal food probably tastes like our food did before we put a fuck ton of sugar in it to sell it.
It tastes real bad. Yeah, I don't know.
No,
It's
that's what I heard. Original food that was just good for you was fucking terrible and nobody wanted to eat it, so they just started pouring sugar into it.
yeah.
And now you have all of us who have heart problems and everything else, but oh, it tastes so good. Yummy steak with sugar.
Yeah, it's worth it, man. It's worth it.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff.
Um, how you been, Tony?
Well,
Tony?
I mean, I took a shit, but I'm still full of it.
Mm.
What
Well,
are you gonna do?
that's never gonna not be the case for you.
I know. I figured out the number one thing that is making me miserable is my job. So looks like I'm just gonna keep on being miserable. So I'm just cozying up with that, like a blanket to the fire.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, you gotta be
Corporate.
miserable, so you gotta have a job.
Yeah, a job, not that one.
I mean, $20 is $20, Tony. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. I'll do it for 10, but they pay me 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, worked a fuck ton of shows. That's what's fun about my life. That's what's weird is one job's terrible, so I work another one just to fucking forget about that one. It's kind of working. Except I'm tired at my regular job, so I just kind of sleep on my breaks and tell my customers to go fuck themselves. And at the other place, they're telling me to mop up floors and clean up puke, and I'm like, you got it. No fucking problem. As long as we're not talking about cell phones, you got it.
Isn't that weird? God damn it.
Rather clean up puke.
That kind of work isn't as draining mentally and emotionally as like an office like job, like a
Right.
corporate kind of bullshit job. That's like soul draining. So like cleaning up puke and fucking shit and cum and that kind of thing. It's not really soul draining.
It's
You
not
actually
soul draining. It gets in your head a little bit, but usually I just think
Yeah,
about
well, I
health
mean,
and
yeah, it's a little fucked up, but also it's like
my
it's at least at the end after all of that, the floor's clean, or whatever. It's like because then you go to like your corporate, soul draining job. It's still fucking dirty and shitty and like yourself to, like
Well,
preaching to
yeah,
the
you're
choir.
sitting
But
there, be like, what are we gonna do? Oh, we'll add more gravy. That's your corporate job. And then when I was at the other gig on the other side, so they had me. I don't know if this is gonna continue to happen, but it has been happening. So at our venue, you have doors outside the venue, and then you have positions inside the venue. And when the doors are closed, you can't hear fuck all on the radio, so you're in there. It's just
mhm.
basically you're literally like you're in there. It's kind of like combat. They're in there. Can't hear you. They're fucking dealing with whatever's going on in there. So 2 nights ago, fucking what show was that? Oh, I told Census Fail.
Mhm.
Um, there was 2 people like in the balcony, and the balcony wraps around. It's like an old middle school gymnasium in there. They converted into a stage, or maybe whatever it was. But in any case, people can sit on the second level and look right over the side of the stage. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of theaters do that. You have the seats where you can look just right at side stage. So this is where these people were seated, and I'm working stage left downstairs. So I can see up there, I can see everything down here, I can see what's going on in the pit, all that shit. So I'm looking, and all of a sudden I see one of the people on the other side do one of these, like, and then people start saying stuff on like the radio, and people are stepping out, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Fuck it. Everything's good over here. So in any case, come to find out, there was two. I saw the two people up there, and they went and got him out of there and everything. I figured they snuck in a bottle of booze or something. I didn't know they were moving real slow. Homegirl projectile vomited. What? Out and over on top of the fucking people that were down below, like security and shit were standing down there.
That's a show. That's the show.
Dude, that's a fucking concert, man. I mean, senses fail, like la la, and this chick's like blah blah. This is fucking, one of those jolting things, where your feet lift the fucking, it was one of those. It was fantastic. I was just like, this is great. And then after the show, apparently they were escorting her out or whatever. And she was like, did I do that? And they're like, yeah, you want to clean it up? She sprayed the wall. It wasn't just a pile, it was a fucking
Oh.
I'd rather clean that up with my own naked ass than work at a corporate gig right now. That's where I'm at. Kiss my ass. I just want to let this out real quick. If you're angry because you went through the pandemic for 3 years and now you haven't talked to a mental health professional and everything's piling up on top of you, don't call the cell phone company and take it out on my skinny ass, okay? Fuck you, because I can't say it on the phone. Back to scheduled programming. Thank you. Had to get that out. But yeah, I'd rather just lay down and vomit and just kind of like swim across the floor. Maybe have someone take my head and just grind it into a wall instead of answer another phone call from a shitty customer. But yeah, I love my second job. It's awesome. The bands are fucking awesome. Honestly, coolest thing in the world is being around musicians, just hearing the shit they go through day in and day out, the shit they say. Way more fun because they're living their dream. It might be a little bit of a nightmare, but it's not a corporate one. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm jealous. They're fucking. Saw a band last night called Shame. Cool.
Good. Shame.
Oh yeah, it's catchy English dudes. Yeah, he's got a line on. He's got a song I listened to before the show and they played it live, and he's basically, I don't remember all the lyrics, but he's like, I'm not the greatest guy. I don't have this. I don't have manicured nails. He's like, but if you think I'm in love with you, you've got the wrong idea. I was like, fucking A. That's really on point for what a lot of males are going through these days. They're kind of, a lot of men out there just like, fuck this shit. I'm tired of being told what to do. I'm not in love with you. Go fuck yourself. I'm going to play golf. So
right.
I was like, good song. But, anyway, that's been the funnest part of me. My life has been going to that fucking place and standing there and watching people hit each other in the head in a mosh pit.
Senses Fail is kind of a not very good band, are they?
This is something I wanted. Here you go, and you already know this. Bands sound a hell of a lot better live.
Well, yeah, but
I've never listened to them, and I did not listen to any of their music after the show, but it didn't kill me to stand in there and listen to it for an hour and a half.
Right. Well, I know they're just like a whiny emo band kind of thing, screamo thingy.
Well, I don't know, man. Yeah, it just came up.
I've heard their music before. It is that. But I get it.
It was just, I don't listen. Yeah, you and I don't listen to that. I mean, well, here's the thing: is like most of the metal that or heavy shit that I don't even know what you call it anymore, but a lot of the heavy shit that you and I listen to, there's not a lot of females in there. Some, not many. This band, a lot of the bands I've been seeing at this venue, a good mix. So if there's a lot of females, I've noticed usually the lyrics are emotional. They connect to emotion. That's what they identify with. That's why they're listening to the music. That's what I think. And a lot of men are in there just like, fuck it, yeah, power tools in my head, yeah. Like they just want to hear the fucking, the madness. But the girls are like, yeah, my dad's a shithead. Just like, yeah, they're singing the lyrics. They know the lyrics. They're in here, they're closing their eyes. They're having an exorcism on the fucking wall. They're like, yeah, that's why those lyrics are there. So the guy opened, he said, when anyone else was 5, did they watch their dad kill someone? Or something about a dead body? Like that was the opener. I was like, fuck, if this was comedy, I'd be in, but this isn't comedy. Where's the punchline? He talked about buying a new refrigerator for 5 minutes. I was like, yeah, this is why I don't bring a guitar on stage, because I'm not a fucking musician. You know what I mean? So it wasn't, you know, it's just interesting to watch bands do what they do up there, milk it, and then they cut songs off the list as they talk. They're just like, oh, don't have to sing that one. Getting out of here in 5 minutes. Oh, don't have to sing that one either. It's like, holy shit. You guys are getting ripped off down there. He's singing about refrigerators. I'm watching that set list get shorter and shorter. But seriously, I've learned about bands that they don't add to their time. If it, you know, if they go on later or whatever, they just there goes
Oh
a
yeah,
song. There goes another song. Keep fucking around. There goes another one.
yeah. If they go on later, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I've been around bands and music my whole life, and yeah.
I
I
mean, it
mean,
makes
most of
sense
the
if you
time,
have to
if
meet the
they're
time.
traveling, if a band's traveling, it's just like, oh yeah, last band went late, show started, whatever. You know, yeah. It's
I
like, ah, we
think
don't have time. We're done.
well, and the venue sets the time too. I think it's like, you know, hard stop at this time. But I did see that the first band I saw there was a jazz band, and they
Mhm.
went way over their time.
Hmm.
But it's jazz. So usually in jazz, like if they are feeling it, because they're kind of making music right there on the spot, if they're doing what they do, they'll keep going. Because they're like, this feels fucking great. Like I'm just gonna keep playing my instruments. Timmy's over there doing a 15-minute drum solo. We're gonna let Timmy keep going. But when it
Right.
comes to songs and shit like that, I could see like the road, like you said, it's just like it's like a job. It's like, all right, you got 5 minutes left. Like, cool, got it. On to the next. And then tomorrow we're in Oklahoma. Whatever. Yeah, it's interesting to watch that lifestyle.
Huh. Yeah. I mean, that is cool, and then that's cool that you get to see like, like musicians backstage. Like you were telling me a story the other day about it. Like they're talking to other musicians, maybe that were in the previous band or came to see him, and you get to be a fly on the wall, kind of like, so to speak.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah,
Just some
yeah, it's
asshole
pretty
with a big forehead and a microphone and a walkie-talkie. It's like, whatever,
Mhm.
fuck him. We can talk about anything. Like, yeah, fuck me. Talk about anything. Talk about drugs. I want to hear some shit. Yeah, so
Yeah.
met the original drummer from White Zombie, which is exciting for about me and you. That's about
But you
it.
recognize them, huh?
What's that?
You recognize them, eh?
Oh, I did. We still got the hair. As soon as he said that, he's like, "I was a drummer for White Zombie." I was like, "Yes, you are." Oh, yes, you are.
Oh,
It's
he
like,
said something. Yeah, he like went up to the band and was like,
I heard him say it a couple of times, like in different conversations. He just didn't, you know. And he's with some other dude who could be famous. I don't know, but they have a Portland band. It was just funny to hear them talk about costumes. I was telling you the story about how I saw this band Fever Dog, who was a '70s band who did like the eye makeup and everything. And these gentlemen were talking to that band after their set, and the guy of Fever Dog said, "I don't know why people don't dress up. Like that's how it was in the '70s. Like that's how rock and roll was." And he's like, "We wanted to keep that going." And so then old Mister White Zombie and the other gentleman were just like, "Hey, we need outfits. We need costumes." It was just, it was like he's like, "Yeah, we all wear whatever the fuck we want. We just look like a bunch of misfits on stage." And I'm just like, someone's having a moment.
"What?" I think that's like that was like that was a change, like in like the '80s and early '90s for like heavier like rock bands and metal bands. Is that's what it was. It was like, we're not gonna look alike. We're gonna look that way however we want. Like shirtless, shorts.
Yeah,
Combat
whatever.
boots, Converse, what ripped T-shirts. I'm gonna wear on stage whatever I put on this morning.
Right.
you Whatever.
Whatever I
So.
wore the last 3 fucking days because rock and roll's hard. I
Mm.
mean, I get that. I just oh, shit, what was I gonna say? Fuck it. I don't know. I had a thought.
Your
Oh.
your your thought came and left really quickly because I saw your mouth go, "Oh, what the fuck?" You're like, what the fuck was that?
Oh, well. See ya.
Oh,
Could see the taillights.
oh, man,
Hmm.
that's awesome. So
It's the beginning.
I like it. I like that you're losing it. It's good. It's good.
Just waiting for this watch to fucking stop ticking, man. That's it.
Yeah. Um.
I do
So
have a story, but do you have any I don't know if you had anything for
tell
me.
your story. I'll talk later.
Fuck off. What were you gonna say?
No, I wasn't being like a
Okay.
dick. I was.
All right. So, Alex and I hung out last week, and I think I'm a magnet for crazy shit. And this is so right after we hung out last week, I left and I told you I was like, I'll probably go for a drive. Maybe I'll end up in Washington Park, something like that. So that's what I did. I wanted to go to the Japanese gardens.
Mhm.
And since I don't know my ass from a hole in the ground in Portland, for like the first 3 hours, I kind of thought I was in the Japanese gardens. I later found out as I kept walking and walking that I made it to the entrance of the Japanese gardens and it cost money. So I
Oh
did
yeah.
not go in the Japanese gardens. What I did do was I walked around the area around the Japanese gardens called Washington Park. Is it
Oh,
Washington? It is now. I'm calling it Washington Park. In any case, it's a cool park. As you go in the city to the west and you head up the hills, there's a street that goes right up to the park, and then it does the hard right. The road goes around the park and everything. So when you're standing in the park, you can see the city. The street comes like right up. It's kind of a neat thing. Looks like a San Francisco thing. Street comes like up the hill, right up and stops. Very
well,
neat spot.
I don't even know what you're talking about, to be honest with you.
West Side, there's a big ass park. It's connected to the zoo, connected to Japanese gardens. It's where all the money is, the wealth. So of course that's where all the
Right.
fancy shit is. It's up on the hill. So in any case, there I walked around that whole area for a couple hours. They have a Holocaust memorial. Didn't really check that out. In any
That
case,
happened here.
I don't know why. I don't know why. Anyway, I don't want to open that fucking can of worms. But so when the reason I'm walking around Washington Park is because years and years ago I'd been here and I knew there was a swing set. And if you know me, you know that's what I'm looking for. I had my headphones on me. I had my weed on me. I had my phone on me. I got music. I got everything I need. I'm walking around. All of a sudden, I decided I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try up this hill real quick. And I'm start walking up the hill, and bang, I see a swing set. Nobody's on it. On the top of the hill. Beautiful view. I knew it was there the whole time. Yeehaw. I'm walking up there all happy as a pig and shit, thinking about what music I'm gonna listen to, all that crap. I go up, there's a tree, there's a swing set, and then I see this tree, and then there's a bench. And I'm like, as I'm walking, I'm like, okay, so then I turn and I see feet on the bench. I'm like, all right, somebody's sleeping on the bench. Of course they are. So keep walking, keep walking. Look again, they're not sleeping. Not at all. Actually, they're quite awake while they're laying down. What could they be doing? You guessed it. Masturbating. That's right. In fucking public. Holy shit. No kidding, man. Couldn't fucking believe it. Holy shit. Just whacking his weasel. And boy, it was a big weasel. Holy fuck. Yes. This shit happens to me all the fucking time. I don't need a corporate job. I just need to walk around and talk about this shit. Oh my God. Just, he had a mask on, right?
No, well, at least he's being safe.
Yeah, he's safe. Yeah, he's safe. He's just, oh yeah, holy shit. I did not make eye contact with this fucking guy, as far as I know. I literally was like, you know what? This is Portland. This is what's going to happen. This is acceptable here. I'm getting on the swings. And that's exactly what the fuck I did. I faced my back to him because I did not want to look at that shit. I was like, what does that say about me if I turn around and I'm like, hi, how you doing? Nice fucking cock. You know, just nasty shit. And there's a dude like with a big Saint Bernard. I mean, this guy was so doped up, he didn't even know there was people in the park. I just showed up, but there was already people up there. And he's just you're climbing that gym rope. I'm just like, what the fuck? So I sit on the swing and I just start taking selfie pictures of my face with him jacking his dick in the background.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta send me those.
I'll send them to you, put them on Instagram. They're fucking great. You
Oh
can't see his
man.
dick, but trust me, there's a dude back there jerking off. So the whole time I'm just like, I'm just gonna use my phone like women use it as a mirror. I'm gonna watch this guy leave. And so I just kept watching, and eventually, like 3 or 4 minutes after I sat down, the swing's like, I'm sure that fucked up his stroke. You know, it had to have. Or maybe he finished. Who knows? I don't. I sure as fuck don't know. But he left. And I stayed for another 45 minutes. because I accept Portland for what it is. Disgusting. That's nasty. Ew. This guy, he went way out of his way. Alex, this park, it's not right next to the Max. I don't know what this gentleman does for fun or how he lives, but I'm going to go ahead and say that bench, he's probably been there for a minute. You know, maybe he's living
Well,
out like this.
I mean, here's the thing: is you walked into his front room. That's where he lives,
I hope
probably.
it was his
So,
bedroom. Don't do that. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but close the
oh,
door.
I jacked off all over this house. You know,
But yeah, but your house isn't a park bench.
no, well, it could be, but maybe this is I'm just like living in a different reality. You know
I
what I'm
mean, the
saying?
tent thing here, people were bitching about the tents. Okay. Think about this. Now
Who's
that we told them
popping?
to put the tents away, they're just jerking off in public. Oh no. Oh no. Give them the tents back.
So it was big.
That was a big, it was a high, it was a long stroke. It was big. He had a big old dick. Why is it people who ruin their lives with drugs have amazing penises? Why is that? And those of us who fucking, do dumb shit just live, we're like, oh, sorry. You have any pills? You have any of those mints? No, this guy
Right.
had a big old fucking dick. I mean, it's just like, I was like, all right, that's, fuck me. It could have been a two-hander, pretty sure.
Hmm.
But it was going pretty ferocious. I got up there when he was right in the middle of whatever. He was at the pinnacle. Had to be then that's it looked like my pinnacle. I was like, that's my pinnacle right there. Your ass cheeks start lifting off the bench, your fucking legs tighten up. Hey, we made eye contact. He came. That was it. It was great. Yeah, so I can't wait to hang out with you next week and then go see what the fuck happens after it. Because whenever you and I hang out, then terrible shit comes right after it.
I love it. That's so good. I'm really
Yeah,
happy you had that experience. The only thing I'm mad about is I wasn't there.
because you had to go to work. I
Yeah.
told you just fucking hang out with my stupid ass. Not for me. Hang out just to see what I see. Like, fuck! And what's wrong with you? I don't know. The
That's
Lord
perfect.
wants me to see these things. Don't you, Lord? Yep. See? He's shining down on me. He's telling me, I'm giving you these visions. Take
Man,
this and make money. Make riches with this shit, Tony. Fucking up. He's giving me the material.
man, that's perfect. I'm really happy for you.
I know. So many cool things could have happened, but that one happened, and that's what I'm happy about.
Yeah. I mean, that's the coolest thing that could happen. Um,
Yeah. Honestly, I was kind of thinking about it. I'm like, even if Zeppelin was playing Black Dog on top of the hill, it wouldn't be as good as watching this guy jerk his dick on a park bench. Nothing could compare. George Carlin comes back from the grave and tells all my favorite jokes to me. Would not compare to watching this guy jerk his dick in a park.
were you somewhere like close to downtown?
Well, that's what I was getting at. It was up on the hill. It's not. It's like it's the junction of downtown, like the west side, though, where all the rich
Okay, so
people.
you were a little past downtown, but still in that area.
On the
Right?
Yeah, you're in the park. You're still in the city technically, but you're in the
Yeah.
park that overlooks the city. So my
See,
point was, this guy walked a long way to do this.
yeah. Well, I mean,
And
it's like dogs like to pee on like other pee. Maybe that's the homeless jerk off bench. And it was just he was like he took his ticket. He was waiting in line. It's his turn. And then like today someone else is there.
well, what was fucked up, and probably the reason I left was like after a while, more people showed up, and some people sat on that bench. And I was just like, okay, see ya.
Think about this. Every
So,
every public park bench you sit on. Mhm.
I think about it now.
You know, let's just say his can of cat food had extra gravy in it. Let's just say that.
I don't want to know about his gravy, but now I know where they get the extra gravy.
Yeah, they're not skipping out on the meat in that can, right? There's a
No.
solid 3 meals in that can,
Ah,
and extra gravy. That's right.
damn it.
Yeah, baby, that's a good can.
I mean, you've been into the lifestyle for a long time. If you're like, I'm just going to wear a mask and jerk off. Like, what if he's actually like some rich fella, who's like, this is just my kink. I got to get back to work at the Nike
Oh,
factory.
that's 100% a thing for sure. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
why he wore the mask. You know what I mean? He's like,
yeah.
I'm not a bum. I just get off doing this shit,
Yeah.
literally.
No, Yeah, I'm not worried about like COVID or anymore. I'm just like, I'm trying to protect my face. For
Yeah,
people.
when I see masks these days, I'm like, am I getting robbed? But maybe it's just like I didn't see a phone out or anything, so maybe he's just jerking off to squirrels. It's just like,
No,
oh,
he
it's a
just
big fucking tail. Oh, Jesus. Look at the sky. Look at the stars. Look at the walnuts. Oh, fuck. Who knows?
he just enjoys
Naturalist.
he just enjoys nature in a different way,
The
That's
naturalist. Yeah,
yeah.
it's good. It's good. Yeah.